Little Leprechaun, and welcome back finally to Asagao Academy. I'm sorry this part has taken so long to come up. I really have no good excuse for it. It's just that I've been doing a lot of stuff on Sundays recently and I've kind of forgotten to pre-record it. But no, I'm here now. We are back with Hana. Let's get to it. I can't remember what we were doing. I think we were making food for a picnic. Well, I woke up the next day, butterflies flying through my stomach. The tournament. How would things go? Oh gosh, we're really close to the end. Oh my gosh. For posterity, he said yes. Oh gosh. I had months of time to prepare, but in the end I didn't spend much time practicing, especially not compared to Ian. Would I really be able to beat him? I had to if I wanted to join the Normal Boots Club. Oh god. I'm nervous now. I didn't think we were that close. We might be able to get it finished this episode. I hope so. But at least I had the picnic with Shane to look forward to, so long as I didn't mess this up. With these thoughts in my mind, I changed into my Asagao uniform and crept out of the room. It was early on a Saturday morning, and after our late night, I wanted to let my sleep. I stepped out into the fresh spring air, taking a deep breath. My event was one of the first ones to go, so I had to be there earlier than most. Plus, it took a little time to get to Higambana. I set my shoulders and started walking across the campus. Oh my gosh, we really are! We're probably going to be able to... Shut up, computer. We might be able to finish it this episode. The arcade at which the tournament was being held was much smaller than I expected. I felt I'd find some kind of convention, but instead it was a small local arcade filled with machines. Smaller and split off, which was probably where the individual competitions would take place throughout the day. A few people milled about the space, generally older folk in their 20s and 30s. I glanced at the agenda in my hand and made my way to one of the back rooms. When I entered the competition room, I found 2 chairs on an elevated platform, and a computer and a projector sitting between them, and hooked up to separate controllers. Ian sat in one of the chairs, looking bored out of his mind. Ian! It's about time you showed up. I was starting to get worried you died. Thanks, I think. I think that's it. Aw, it's sweet of you to be concerned. Is it? Yeah, kind of is. Still can't get over how he talks in Comic Sans. I got into the chair next to him. A man came over to me to check my name and club affiliation. I said I was a member of the Normal Boots Club, a small surge of pride making me sit up straight as I did it. There were chairs lined up for people to watch us compete, and to my surprise, the entire room was filled. I searched the crowd to find the Normal Boots Club. Ah, he's there! There they were. I'm kind of cutting John's face in half. I'm sorry, John. I waved quietly at Shane, but Shane stood from his chair and, as I watched, left the room. Oh no, have I messed up? No. What happened? As I stared worriedly into the crowd, a blur of movement caught my eye. Luke was sitting in a chair on the fringe of the audience, with the rest of Hidden Block Club raving frantically at me. When he saw me looking, he gave me a big thumbs up. Ian rolled his eyes. Would it kill you to root for your own teammate? Probably. I giggled. Finally, the lights around us dimmed and the projector started up, showing the main menu of Dumby-Doom's Revenge on screen. It was time to start. As the MC began his introduction and explained the rules of the game, Ian turned to me and with a smirk on his face. Sure you're ready for this? Oh, I'm not! Hana might be, but I'm not. You bet I am. Ready to go? The man turned to us. Ian and I nodded. Then, 3, 2, 1, start! Ah! The game began. I immediately clicked to fill my screen with 2 more lines of blocks. Ian began working with what he had. I scanned the blocks for the pink hearts, eliminating them one by one, making combos where I could. I still wasn't advanced enough to plan out combos ahead of time, but I could make it much more likely for combos to happen through probability. The pinks were all but gone, green leaves next. Dumby-Doom started flipping at the top of the screen. Ian was comboing, which means I had a few seconds before those blocks would fall. I set up a combo on the top of the screen and started eliminating the orange blocks below it. Then it happened. A 6 combo jumped out at me from the screen. My eyes crossed as I stared at it in shock, but I had to move the top block over 1 space. Then as quickly as I saw it, it vanished. The blocks looked normal again. You're dead. As Ian's blocks fell upon my humble kingdom, I slid the combo into place. 2, 3, 4, 4 combo, 5 combo, 6 combo, 7 combo, 8. Ah! Ian's attack converted into blocks and hovered above mine. I set up several more combos and waited for them to fall. 10 combo, legendary! Dummy started farting out rainbows over Ian's zone, and then blocks. So many blocks. They didn't come in a chunk, they came in a torrential downpour, all over Ian's side, sliding from left to right and back again. Ian blinked. His hands and eyes moved frantically over the screen. I wasn't sure he'd ever seen something like that before. I sure hadn't. I continued to combo while this was happening, but at this point there was no need. Ian's screen filled up, and he kept trying to make combos until the very end, but... Game over! That was it. I won. Okay, so at the minute, Hana's fine. We just need to see how Shane's competition goes. I stared, dumbfounded, at the screen in front of me. Ian's mouth hung open. The room was silent. Then... Yeah, Hana! Woo! I knew you could do it! I glanced up to see the room applauding. All of it. Even the Hidden Block Club, the announcer, was gaping at the screen. I've never seen a score that high. Oh my goodness! I was certain I was as red as a tomato. Tomato. What? Tomato. I stood to climb off the platform. Not so fast. Yeep. Ian stepped in front of me, grim as always. I braced myself for his infamous sarcasm. But to my surprise, he laughed. That was a hell of a game, Hana. That's exactly what I wanted from you. Yay! So we could impress Ian if we wanted. He held a hand in the air, and I looked at it in confusion. Don't leave me hanging. Oh, it's a high five, Hana. I high-fived him, and he clasped my hand in his. Thanks, Hana. That was fun. Then he disappeared into the pressing crowd. I scrambled through them as well, eager to find Shane. See? I did it. I won the tournament. That doesn't mean you're in normal boots yet. I think that you have to win as a whole for Hana to join. I wanted to shout at him and rub it in his face for not believing in me, much as he tried to near the end. But as I scouted the room, I realized Shane wasn't there. He never came back. But why not? Oh, his event is up next. Of course, that's why. Duh. I had to go cheer him on. I dashed into the main arcade room, a smile I couldn't wipe off my face plastered onto my face. By the time I found him, Shane was already sitting down next to Jeff. A large projector screen stood at the front of the room, which was lined with dozens upon dozens of chairs. This was apparently quite a popular event. Seeing the other Normal Boots members gathered together in one of the front rows, I dashed up next to them and grabbed a seat. Hana, ready for this? I sat up straight and cheered on Shane with the rest of Normal Boots as he chose his racer. He picked Sal, an anthropomorphic salamander with black skin and orange spots. My personal favourite. He was the lightest and made sharp turns. Jeff picked Frogbert. He was a massive frog, quite the opposite of Sal. His turns would be wide, but his acceleration speed let him go fast if he wasn't turning. He was a hard character to play, but if you knew how to play him correctly, he could be considered one of the best. He was fun, and Mai loved him, but Mai was terrible with any character. I had first-hand experience of this. Yikes. Savage Hana. Each person chose their own track, and then there was the final track, Rainbow Race, the dazzling multicoloured spectacle inspired by the prettiest acid trip ever taken. I'd never noticed that line before. To my great surprise, rather than the regular MC presiding over the race, instead PBG took in the front of the room and grabbed the microphone. Oh no. Okay, each racer has chosen their best track, and now we're starting. Who do you think will be the winner? Probably Shane. Hey, Jeff has just as much chance as Shane does. PBG laughed. You're right. May the best man secure the win for their team. Just checking the charge on my laptop. A small tadpole floating in a bubble of water wafted from the side of the screen, counting down to the start of the race. 3, 2, One. PBG pulled out a checkered cloth and waved it wildly as the tadpole squealed, "Go." Jeff and Shane both spun out at the starting line. What the fuck, PBG? Why would you do that? Where'd you even get that? BBG shoved the flag to the floor and grinned sheepishly. I always wanted to do that. Fucking idiot. It's fine. Just don't do it again. The first race was Jeff's choice. It felt more like a drag race than anything else. It was one straight line, but there was a lot of obstacles to avoid on the track. Jeff won, unsurprisingly. Sal just bounced everywhere. Luckily, Shane pulled into a tie in the next race, where Frogbert's inability to make short, quick turns really pulled a number on him. Finally, it was time for the rainbow race. I could see the strain in Shane's face, his jaw clenched tight. Oh god. You can do it, Shane! A slight smile crossed his face. Then the race was selected. Oh god, I'm so nervous! Oh. PBG raised his checkered cloth again. No! 3 seconds after the word left their mouth, the race began. Shane started off in the lead for an entire lap until Jeff hit him with a blue slime and sped ahead of him. Dirty move. You snooze, you lose. Okay. Or, you strain. Don't do this to me, Jeff. Shane was now struggling to catch up with Jeff. I bit my lip. Shane, kick his ass! Do it! In the last 3 seconds, Shane pulled ahead and crossed the finish line in first place! I did it! Oh, yes! Yes, boy! Oh, gosh, I was so worried he wasn't going to do it. John jumped from his seat and hugged PBG, nearly knocking him over. Jeff shook Shane's hand, pulling each other into a bro hug. John lifted a fist into the air, bellowing through the room. Normal Boots wins! Hell yeah! Oh, shut the fuck up, computer, I'm happy! After a few minutes, the cheering died down. Shane's face was still slightly pink, approached me. Thank you for the support, Hannah. Oh, and good job. What? You mean you're not mad at me? Why would I be angry with you? You up and walked out in the middle of my event. Oh, right. Sorry. Didn't want to make you nervous and ruin your event. I glared at him. I didn't buy that. Apparently Gerard didn't either. But Shane, I thought you said it was Hannah that made you nervous, not the other way around. Shh! Shut the fuck up! Oh, well that makes much more sense. Shane smacked his own face, then shoved Gerard away from us. I smacked at him. I get weird feelings when you're around and I was afraid it would compromise my racing skills. You mean butterflies in your stomach? Yes. That's so cute, Shane. Those are normal. Well, they need to get out. Oh, that's so cute. I love them so much. Shane and I ambled around the arcade, playing random games as time went on. He recited almost an encyclopedic knowledge of every game we encountered, so much so that it made my head spin. Did you know there were only 40 copies of this cabinet in existence? No, Shane, I did not know. Thank you for that. Finally, it was time for the MC to announce the winner of the tournament. We all crowded around him as he preened in the spotlight, a bright grin on his face. Oh, I wonder who won. Thank you all so much for attending our tournament this year. Did we win? Both Shane and I won our events. Not everyone won their events, though. Surely. And the winner of this year's tournament is the Normal Boots Club! Yes! Yes! We did it! We did it, guys! I screamed and clapped, and we swarmed on the stage. The poor MC didn't know what hit him. As we celebrated, Jared grabbed the microphone. Everyone, I am pleased to announce that we have a new club member in our midst. Hannah Mizuno, where are you? I'm here. Shane took my hand and led me gently to the front of the stage. The crowd cheers as I tried to find somewhere to hide my face. In Shane's chest. Welcome to the club, Hannah. The first girl, yes! Something warm and soft covered my shoulders. I turned to see Shane lifting my very own Normal Boots jacket over my shoulder, a blush lightening his face. They had that ready-made. Welcome to the club. Shane. Oh, she looks cute in a little jacket. Oh. When the celebrations finally ended, Shane and I walked back to Asagao hand in hand. I told you I could do it. You did. I'm proud of you. Are you still on for the picnic tomorrow then? Of course. I'll pick you up then. I think... Shane stopped mid-sentence, only blinking at me. Okay, have a good day. Shane, what are you doing? He turned on his heel and walked away. Again. I hope he wouldn't make a habit of it. Shaking my head and drawing my jacket closer around me, I headed into the Primrose house. Yes. I almost couldn't sleep. I was so excited and nervous. And we're gonna save. Because it's important to save. Pulling spoons. Okay. Uh-oh. Ma poked fun at me. Who gets so excited over something as chill as a picnic? But then gave me a soft pink blanket just before we turned in. It's my favourite. It'll bring you lots of good luck. With that in hand, I rose early and got ready for the picnic. Ma was still sleeping. The tournament took place the same day as one of her biggest games, and I doubted she would bother getting out of bed before noon. Hello! Shane knocked right on time as always. Just before I went to the door, I passed my new Normal Boots jacket. With a grin, I slipped it over my shoulders. The newest member of Normal Boots Club. I see you're up on time. Of course I am. Ready to go? Yep. I even remembered to pick up our sandwiches. My heart stopped as I turned to the basket in my hand. I forgot! Calm down, Hannah. I've got them. He packed the sandwiches on top of the basket and then took it from me with an easy grin. Let's get going. Oh, they're so sweet. I love it. The day wasn't as warm as I would have liked, but at least it was sunny out. The weather report was right, for once. As Shane and I made our way to the picnic field, we traded jokes and comebacks. I prepared for today. I was definitely going to impress him. You don't need to impress him, Hannah. Okay, so have you heard this one? Did you know, in the 1990 game, The Tour of the World, hackers have been able to dismantle the code in the game to extract symbols? Oh yes, that was actually in Tour of the Worlds 2. Jeez, fine. But, did you know they recently cryptographed the symbols and found out they formed a secret phrase? Really? It said, I bet you can't decode this. Ha. Shane made a noise akin to something coming out of a horse. Oh god. Dicks. What's even the point? Trolling. I know. I want it to be something more meaningful. It's by Sandtomb Studios, right? Terrible. Though, good fact, I didn't know that. Hey, we know something Shane didn't. I beamed, happiness blooming within me. Hey, don't let it go to your head. Does this spot look good? Under a tree. Anywhere's fine. It's up to you. Make a decision, Shane. Let's set up over there, then. I set the basket down in the grass, and Shane hung the picnic blanket over his arm, reminiscent of a butler. Can you lay the blanket down while I get plates set up? It was colder than I imagined it would be, but I spent so long preparing there was no way anything big could go wrong. I should be more confident in myself. That's what I thought, right as I pulled 6 spoons out of my basket. There were only supposed to be 2. Something wrong? Shane flapped the blanket open, and we watched it float to the ground like a butterfly. Yeah, actually, there are 6 spoons in here. Shane shrugged. So? No, you don't understand. There are 6 spoons. That means... My hands searched the rest of the basket almost frantically. That means there are no forks. Well, that's it. We can make do with it. We don't have many fork-worthy items anyway. He sat down and started helping me unload the basket. I put a hand out to stop him. I need to check if anything else is wrong. Oh my gosh. Hannah. Chill your beans. My voice wavered, but only slightly. Shane shied and reached behind him. Out of his backpack, he pulled a fork. I brought this just in case. In case what? In case. Just in case. You can use it. Alright, thanks. I accepted the fork, but still. It wasn't that I needed a fork, it was that I forgot it in the first place. I tried my best to push it out of my mind, taking our sandwiches from the basket. I might have messed up, but at least I know these were good. Shane helped me make them after all. Turkey and avocado for me, ham and cheese for Shane. As I relished on my first bite, I tried not to worry. Shane was right, it wasn't a big deal. This is going to be a bit of a longer episode because I'm determined to finish it now. Shane was a big deal. The cool breeze invigorated me, and I decided I was going to have a good time no matter what. How's the sandwich? Good! I smiled, covering my mouth in case there was something in my teeth. As I did, a small wind picked up. It was a chilly wind, and I shivered. Then a drop of water hit my glasses. Is it raining? Shane paused mid-chew, putting his palm into the air. I don't feel anything. Like him, I gazed up again. There were some clouds, but they were mostly fluffy white ones. Right, I need to calm down. But it was hard to stay optimistic at this point. Shane must have noticed the look on my face, because he slipped his hand into mine. I smiled at the ground, willing my palms to stay dry. Sorry if my hand is sweaty. We were worried about the same thing. A devilish idea came to mind, and I did my best to hide my grin. It feels like you just washed your hands and barely dried them. Shit. He released his hand, already loose hand, and tried to wiggle out of my grasp, but I held on. Nope. Don't worry about it, really. A cold drop hit the top of my head, and I looked up. Oh wow, that was a very abrupt change. Dark clouds were moving in fast above us, like gods drawing a blanket over the sky. Another drop splattered against my cheek. No. Looks like it's gonna rain. No, the weather report said it's sunny all day. Sometimes those can be wrong, Hana. I let go of his hand and held my palm up towards the sky, daring another drop to fall. Shane's eyes were on the sky as well. Weather reports aren't always accurate. The dark clouds pillowed above us, but I still refused to believe it. Shane put his hand out again for me to hold. Let's just go back to the dorm. We can have a picnic another day. It's not like it's a big That's not the problem. I know we can have another picnic any day, and I know I can make more fish sticks and crumpets and... Crumpets? You still on about that? I just wanted one thing to go right, Shane. Just one thing. Everything I've tried to do with you ends up a total mess or almost killing you. Maybe some of it was bad luck, but after a while the only conclusion was that I was the problem. A gust of wind blew through. Several droplets landed on me, dotting the lenses of my glasses. Hair. Shane seemed at a loss for words. Oh, just at a loss. And I didn't blame him. Not only was the picnic being ruined by rain, now I was ruining it with my stupid emotional outburst. And now I'm making it even worse. My voice cracked. Hana. The dam broke. My tears fell freely, as did the rain right on cue. Shane put his hand around my shoulders, but even through blurry eyes I could see his jacket was getting wetter and wetter. I shrugged off his touch. From the first moment you met me, you absolutely hated me. When I wanted to join the club, you warned everyone against me. When I was asked to be in the tournament, you told me I couldn't do it. I made those crumpets, those damn crumpets. The last thing I wanted was to cause you pain. The soporific skies seemed to be emptying out all they had at this point. Maybe you don't hate me, but... Shane raised an eyebrow at me. Rain dripped on his nose. And this might not have been true, but... Hana. He said it like he was warning me. He said it like a warning. He wanted me to spit it out. I balled my hands into fists, gathering all of my courage. I was finally going to tell him. I felt like I was just a replacement for Emily. Ouch! Hana! Shane stared at me in shock. I would have thought time had stopped had droplets of rain not continued dripping off his hair. He was so taken aback by it that I faltered. Was I wrong to feel this way? You aren't. But... No buts, Hana. He stepped closer to me. We're only a few inches apart now. Kiss! Do it! You're more than I could have asked for, could have hoped for. Emily was holding me back, and I her. You helped me bloom. Oh! She helped him bloom! With another step, he closed the distance between our soaked lips. The flood in my mind was cleared, and a bed of flowers burst to life in its place. I instinctively leaned into it, at the moment feeling protected from the entire world. Shane brought a hand to my neck and pulled me closer until our soaked garments were one. They're kissing! Yay! Finally, he pulled away, his thumb resting on my jawline. Beads of water hung off his eyelashes. I do like you, okay? You. It's just hard for me to show it. Well, you just did a really good job of it. The darkening skies were interrupted by a clap of thunder. Oh, fuck no. In the distance. for an instant illuminating us both in a flash of white light. This is still so scary for me. He was smiling so sincerely that it was hard for me to look at him. But I know I'm okay, because it's with you. I like you too, but you knew that already, didn't you? He smiled sheepishly and nodded. Most of this year was spent trying to ignore that fact, probably. Shane glanced at the sky, then turned to his magical backpack. Oh, it's so adorable, I love it! He unfurled an umbrella above us, a gentle smile on his face. You! I figured you might forget something like this. Shane. I really wanted to kiss him again. I put my hand to his face and moved forward, our lips connecting a second time. I thought this would happen at the flower festival. Really now. Completely forgot you were going to draw me. He kept saying things like, "Are you ready?" and "Are you okay?" It was suggestive, all right? Shane laughed as I imitated his low, sultry voice. I'm sorry it took so long. His apologetic smile warmed the depths of my rain-soaked heart. He put a hand outside of the umbrella, shaking his head. How about we get back to the dorms? I nodded. It was getting cold in these clothes. He held out his free hand and I took it, again, this time with no doubt in my mind. I giggled to myself the whole way back. When we got back to the dorm, the rain had already darkened the sky to the point where I couldn't tell whether it was day or night. You're not doing anything else tonight, right? No, I'm really tired. Crying your eyes out usually did a number on a person. I think Gerard is going to be at John's until late tonight, if... He trailed off, eyes glued to the floor. I leaned forward to catch his attention, hands clapped behind my back. If? I got the new Dog Cop movie. Are you inviting me to watch a movie in your room after co-ed times are almost over? I'm trying. And do you think I, Hannah Mizuno, the first new Norma Boots Club member in years, am going to risk detention for you? Oh! Shane gaped like a fish. Well, you thought right. Let's go. I led the way, if only because I was already in front, and opened the door to his always clean room. Once again, it put my room to shame. Shane went directly over to his spick and span bookshelf. He slipped out a yellow DVD, then handed it to me before grabbing his laptop. The cover of the DVD was a graphic design disaster. A yellow background was so bright it was blinding, overlaid with a terrible red font. Red font, drops of blood hung over the letters symmetrically, and the main character on the front. It was a police officer with the head of a beagle. This doesn't look good. Shane crawled into bed next to me, pulling a light knitted blanket over us. I swallowed hard. Don't think about being in a boy's bed, Hannah. Don't think about it. You're just watching a movie. That's just a movie. Focus. Ow, my foot. It's going to be awful. Did you watch the first one? I shook my head. I had never even heard of it. Shane didn't seem like one for indie films either. A friend from England got me into them. I like one of the actors. Nothing happens in the first one, so you're not missing much. I looked down at the cover again, tracing the bloody 2 with my eyes. They couldn't even choose a German Shepherd. You know, an actual police dog. Don't judge the dog by its face, Hannah. I threw his pillow at him, which he blocked with ease, the sly grin interrupted by the telltale sign of an itch in his nose. Achoo! Oh no, getting sick. I realized I was still holding the pillow as if I was going to swing it again. I put it down. Shane rinsed, fingers pinching his nose. Maybe it's the dust. He eyed the pillow, then the blankets we were sitting under. You know, if I want. I only tried once in this room. What? Excuse me? A blanket fort. Oh my god, Shane, you don't scare me like that. That did not go where I thought it would. Shane chuckled at my face. It is a little drafty here. A pillow fort could be fun. He lit up like a Christmas tree and I laughed. Well, get off then. Shane grabbed the blanket I was sitting on, a wicked expression adorning his face. Don't you dare. He pulled. I rolled straight onto the floor, squeaking in surprise. Then I scrambled to my feet, face on fire. Shane! I threw my pillow as hard as I could at him as he clutched his stomach, doubling over in laughter. He yelped a bit and clasped his right pinky, pure pain on his face. Oh shit, I'm sorry! Still clutching his injured little finger, Shane gawked at me. Did you just say shit? I covered my mouth. I guess I did. I never heard you swear before. What have I done? What have I done? Now that I thought about it, Shane swore a lot around me. I learned from the best. More importantly, your finger. Did I hurt it? He made a face and shook out his finger again. No, I think the pillow just hit it wrong. Man, broken finger because of a pillow. It's broken? No, I was exaggerating. Oh, okay. Achoo! I rubbed my nose, eyes tearing up. I don't suppose you're allergic to dust either? Not that I know of. Shane grit his teeth, and looked round his room. I know exactly what he was thinking. We were getting sick. At least I waited until after the tournament. Yeah, but exams are next week. Great. Me. Stress settled like a cloud over us, but that was no good. I grabbed the blanket that Shane pulled from underneath me. Where should I put this? The fort won't build itself. You know, since we only have one blanket, let's stick it under Gerard's mattress. Shane and I built the fort. Memories flooded in from the beginning of the year. I was a little upset and homesick, and I pulled together a fort in our bedroom. I remember this. Shane hated me back then, but now I was making the fort with him. Perfect. We stepped back to admire our handiwork. A single blanket hanging from Gerard's bed, clipped into 2 chairs. It'd be a lot more perfect if you had more than one blanket. I have a bunch of pillows. He pulled a second pillow from his bunk, immediately chucking it at me. Okay, I deserved that. Raising an eyebrow, I picked it up. Shane pulled another pillow from his arsenal, eyes glinting. He was no pillow fight casual. The battle was long and hard, small bits of fluff and feathers exploding from the pillows as we attacked each other. Finally, I was exhausted. Shane bumped me on the head with his pillow, and I was sent off balance, falling onto his bed. I couldn't stop giggling, the giggles from pouring out of me. You okay? Shane peeked inside the sheet curtain, stretching out a hand to help me. I threw my pillow at his face. You worry too much. Where's her bow gone? She looks weird without it. I smiled on that back against the pillow. Ah! I shot back up and ran a hand over the back of my head. I looked behind me, spinning in my sitting position. My bow! Huh? My bow, it's gone! I twisted every which way, panicking as I looked for the red ribbon. It's been gone for a few minutes. Really? And I didn't notice? I patted the back of my head again, as if it would suddenly reappear. I didn't think it was important enough to mention. It's important! Okay, well, let's look for it. Yeah, it has to be in here. It probably got knocked off when I was jumping around. We searched under the bed across the room, beneath the blankets, but nothing turned up. I forced myself to stay calm. I'll keep looking for it, but for now, maybe we should just forget about it. No! I shouted at him, and Shane's brow instantly knitted together. Sorry, I need it, for my look. You're cute without it. His compliment bounced off me, ineffective. I needed my ribbon. If it's that necessary, I'll buy you another one. Thanks, but I need to find this one. He blinked at me, then moved to the other side of the room to search again. I felt bad making Shane tear apart his room for me, so I tried to think of a joke. Why are pirates called pirates? Dang, I already regretted this. I don't know. Why? Because they are... Shane sneezed from under the bed. He stood out and looked at me from his position on the floor. Say that again, I couldn't hear. Because... Never mind. He raised his eyebrows again. I changed my mind, it was too painful. He chuckled, then crawled back under the bed. I paused, taking a sweeping look around the room, then tapped him on the leg. I think I'm going to give up for now. What? Why? It has to be in my room somewhere. I'm too worried to do it efficiently. And I felt bad for stressing him out. Let's just get my mind off it for now. Sure. He wiggled up from the floor and sat on the bed. Want to start Dog Cup then? Yeah. Shane patted the spot next to me and I sank down to join him. I rested my head on his shoulder and yawned. Aw, but we haven't even started yet. I was up all night setting up this picnic for you. But I'm sure Dog Cup will wake me up. It sounds so exciting. Sarcasm is strong. Despite being so close to each other and in his bed, Shane was almost completely fixated on the movie. He didn't move a muscle, just stared at the screen as though his life depended on it. It made me feel kind of bad, but he did mention he liked one of the actors. Oh no, I felt another sneeze coming on. Achoo! All these knees together! Shane sighed, reaching into the darkness and dropping a box of tissues in front of us. As we continued to watch, my neck started to hurt. I shifted a bit with a sniffle, trying not to disturb Shane too much. He let me adjust, his eyes still glued to his laptop. I took this chance to sneak a closer look at him, closing the distance left between us. I turned to face him, but he was already looking at me, and we both smiled. We weren't movie talkers. Dog Cop, whose name I learned was Boulder, was travelling across the California countryside. He was looking for his long-lost love, a miniature schnauzer. Or should I say, miniature schnauzer doctor. A dog doctor, named Peanut. I rolled my eyes. They embraced passionately at their reunion, talking about their future together. After the 12th minute of this, Shane yawned. I nervously touched the back of my head again. Still no bow. So you still think I'm cute? Of course. He turned to me, but kept his eyes on Mr. and Mr. Dog for as long as he could. Maybe you should try different hairstyles. Find one you like. But I do like it tied back too. He shrugged. His gaze flicked to the touching scenes on screen. Maybe I'll grow it out again. Again? It was down to my mid-back for most of my life. Until about a year before I came here, actually. What made you cut it? Bullies! Nothing specific, just sorta happened. He glared at me. I knew the answer would not fly with him. I didn't choose this hairstyle per se. What? Your dad? No. Then who? Bullies! I sighed deeply, not wanting to spoil the mood with something like this. Well, I was bullied for most of my life for my hair. We don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. I should have told you this sooner, and maybe you wouldn't have been such a dick about it. I stopped, but Shane made a face, and I bit my lip. Maybe you would have stopped targeting me because of my hair. Not that you still do, but you definitely did earlier in the year. You did. Shane lowered his head, both in acknowledgement and apology. Okay, now I'm more curious. It was one of the biggest reasons I moved here. Shane quickly tapped the spacebar, pausing the dog's mid-frolic. Then he gave me his full attention. I guess it's story time. I invited my best friend to a sleepover. Most of my former friend group abandoned me, but she was still there for me. I didn't even originally want to have the sleepover, but my dad insisted. He saw I was struggling and didn't know what to do. When she came, things were just like old times. She didn't mention any of what I was being accused of. I felt like maybe things would eventually get better. I fell asleep first. I woke up to the sounds of scissors snipping. Michelle was holding pink locks of hair and laughing. My hair. She cut it all off. My dad was understanding. He kept telling me it was cute and everyone would like my new haircut, but I didn't go back to school after that. That's why my dad spent all his money to get me into Asagao. It was the only way I agreed to go back to school. Honestly, I didn't think I'd get in. The day before I left, I was still anxious about my hair. My dad came into my room with a red ribbon and he said it was my mother's. He tied up my hair, and for the first time in a long time, I felt cute. You were always cute. Well, maybe, but I didn't feel that way. I was amazed I didn't cry talking about all of this. It was the hardest few years of my life, but with Shane next to me, they didn't seem too terribly bad. Shane blinked at me for a few moments, then reached to the other side of his bed. Then he tossed a pile of papers into my lap. I read the title, The Best Flower in the Garden. What's this? I opened it to the first page. Inside was a watercolour comic about a boy and a girl. The girl had pink hair. She was standing with a plainly dressed boy who almost looked like Shane. They seemed to be friends. In the beginning, the boy was afraid to get close to the girl, whom I could now put a name to. Emma. Emma had bright beams of light coming off her, and the boy kept trying to reach the girl inside them, but couldn't. I skimmed through the page after page, and soon the boy got his own beams of light, one by one, after spending time with Emma. On the last page, they were holding hands in a garden, rainbow lights coming off both of them. Shane? Hannah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I should never have judged you or made fun of your hair. Shane, it's fine, completely fine. You don't think the comic is weird? Of course not. It's beautiful. It really is. Aww. I looked down at the cover in my hand, reading the title one more time. Remember when you told me in the rooftop garden that your name means flower? The most beautiful flower in the garden. Of course. Oh! Shane pulled me into a hug, warm and comforting. I buried my head into his chest, inhaling deeply. He was wearing cologne. Oh. He stopped suddenly, pulling me back. Something slithered out of the back of my jacket. My bow! It must have fallen down back there. How did you not feel it? See? You would have found it eventually, when you took your jacket off. I quickly tied the ribbon back into my hair. How does it look? You look perfect. I buried my head into his chest out of pure relief. Thank you, sincerely. Gerard is probably coming back soon, and it's past the hours I can been here. I didn't really want to leave, and then this roller coaster of a day, but I could understand that he wouldn't want me gone. I wiggled around, trying to get my things at the edge of the bed, but Shane wouldn't let me go. At least finish, dog cop. I rolled my eyes, pretending to be mad. Shane saw it through it, though, and I slouched back into his arms. And so we finished Dog Cop in silence. Balder saved the world with his dog guns and crazy dog one-liners. Great. Sounds like he settled down with his now dog wife Peanut, finding a cozy doghouse in the American Midwest. The credits rolled, showing both the names of the human body model and the dog head model. Balder's Dalmatian sidekick body was named Shane. I elbowed Shane to get his attention. Oh, look at his name! I didn't get an answer. I leaned over. Shane's eyes were closed. He was breathing softly, the deep breaths of the vulnerable. I too breathed deeply, still mostly awake. The credits finished, and the title screen began again. I quietly closed his laptop and tried to get up. Before I could, Shane grabbed my waist and pulled me back. Nope. Tomorrow's a Sunday. Gerard wouldn't mind. He's just like, you're not going anywhere. I smiled. Could he tell this is what I wanted? Okay. I lay down next to him. Still have butterflies? More than ever. Me too. Oh, if things could stay like this forever, I would be the happiest person alive. I snuggled into Shane's arms and fell asleep much faster than I thought. Oh, best end! Yes! Now, I know there's something after the credits, and I don't know if I can skip them. I can't, so I'll be right back after the credits. Okay, we're back. The credits have rolled. I'm 99% sure there's a scene after it. I'm certain. Yes, I was right. Are you excited? Excited? Are you kidding me? I'm absolutely terrified. I've never been on a plane before, let alone flown 12 hours to the other side of the world. Shane chuckled, taking my hand in his. You'll love it. Once you're in the air, you'll get all the quiet time you want. And we'll be together. But that means if we crash, I'll live my life and the life of the person who matters most to me, all in one go. I guess there's nothing I can do to convince you. Shane then leaned in and kissed me. As he did, my heart stilled. I lost myself in the comfort of his embrace. After a few seconds, he pulled away, a sly grin on his face. Feel better now? Maybe. I'll just have to kiss you every time you get nervous. I'm not complaining about that. Don't worry, I'm nearly done. You're so much work, you know that. I've shoved him, not even wanting to hear it. You'll have to get used to having me around. We'll be sharing a bed after all. Whoa! Shane! I'm just saying, my family's house is tiny and they don't pretend like they don't know what young couples get up to. Shane! Shane grinned yet again at me. I'm just saying. You can just say, and then there's insinuating. The next day I would be in England, eating dinner with Shane's family, or more likely passed out from jet lag. He insisted that I meet his family before we graduated from the academy. I had no idea why, but I had my hopes. Still, no matter what happened, or what adventures we faced, I know we could do it, because Shane was by my side. Is that it? I did it! Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. I love Shane's route so much, especially the best end, because it's so adorable seeing him go from, oh, I hate this girl because she has pink hair, to, oh, I'm in love with this girl. She has pink hair. It's such a good character development, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I'm kind of sad that we finished Asagao. sooner than I thought. I mean, it means I have to come up with another thing so soon after starting Crooked Man. So yeah. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see any of the other routes. I wouldn't mind doing them as well, because they're good. They're good things. Actually, I think I know what I could do. Yeah, I know it. Can I be bothered to do that in cosplay, though? I suppose it depends. I'll probably do it in half cosplay. Yeah. So, yeah, I know what I'm doing now. Okay. So thank you all very much for watching. I will see you next week for the next episode of The Crooked Man. So yeah, see you all next week. Bye-bye.